Hi everyone, it's Mikael, and today we're going to learn together in this second staff spinning tutorial the full figure of 8 and the sum. The figure of 8 and the sum are for me two of the most important trick and concept that you should learn at the beginning with staff spinning, because they are connecting the knowledge you learn with both arm and both direction into one piece, and also allow you to have like a continuous flow. And by doing so, you start to enjoy what you're doing. You can really go and more into a full practice without stop the spinning. And this is important if you want to keep going forward. If you just have one element and one another, there's missing pieces. And this is the transition, and this is what we're going to see today. First, the figure of 8 will bring us all the knowledge we need to go next to the sun, which is one of the first really nice trick. Visually is really pleasing, and so give us a little bit this warrior feeling. Let's go with it. Before going into the breakdown of the figure of 8, one thing was important. We will go really further onto that topic in next video, but it's important now that we go with the notion of a plan. It's really important, and I will show you some little tips to understand it. If I'm right now in front of you like this, I'm in what we call the wall plane. You see, my chest is facing you. If now I'm turning to the side, is what we call the wheel plane. This is a concept that's coming from Paul, but it's really important because this is what gives us the transition to go from one side to another. And so I will also just show you something really basic and the importance of plan. Now you learn to do the front figure of 8 here and the back, which look good. But now, if I don't care about the notion of plan and I do that in front of you, yeah, the visual is not so good, huh? By just simply opening my chest to the side, being on the wheel plane and doing the same thing but knowing that you are here in front, what we are creating is way more beautiful, and also we're going to be able to connect those pieces together. So I repeat it, here I'm on one plane because my chest is facing you and the staff is parallel to me. And now the staff is still on the same line, but me, I'm facing with my hips on the other side. Let's start with the figure of 8. To start this, I will just show you quickly. We're going to start by a basic front spin here. But this time, when I'm on my back, like on my here on my right side, but you see, if you're in front, this is on my back, I'm gonna give an extra turn, pass it to my hands, and I will end up in the other side. So here, as you can see, I'm not going further. For the moment, the idea is just to feel comfortable with passing the staff behind our back. So I'm coming here, open my chest to the side, and when I'm giving back, you can see that now my chest is facing you, so now I'm on wall plane. Then I'm opening again to the left. And now the tricky part gonna start. And if you did properly your homework and learn both direction, the front and the back spin, it should not be a problem, because here now you're gonna see the magic happening. Here we are front spin, go behind the back, and now then we turn to the other side, we are actually with a back spin. And this is the transition I want you to work here first. So, front spin, behind the back, pass, and now you are in a backspin. Front spin. Behind the back pass, backspin. To get the transition from front to backspin is important because now that we'll be here, we'll do again the pass to the other hand, but this time in front of us. And we go back into front spin. So you can see I'm in front, turn my chest, back, and now I'm just simply passing the staff from one hand to another. Try to not do too much extra bit. You see, like when I'm doing the backspin, I'm simply going in front of me on the wall plane, give it back, can come closer. So I'm opening here, I see the center, catch it, and go directly into the motion of a front spin. And turning my chest with it for better control and also a better visual of it. As you can see in the last video, it's really important to be really on the line behind your back and the line in front. And now we really start to work with the plane around us. And what a surprise, of course, when you're comfortable and you manage, you're really happy. You can connect all those pieces together, you're in. Obviously, we're going to do that in the other way. And so, same step. You start now with your other hand. You go into a front spin, behind the back, back spin, transfer in front, into the back. Now that this is solid for you, we can go to the next step, which will be the sun. And the sun will start with the base we just learned, with the transfer in the back, but this time instead of going into a back spin here, we bring our hands above our head and coming back down to the down part, then up again. If I turn you will see more clearly. So front spin, I'm giving the staff into my other hand. Now I'm going up, pass it, going down. And you can see here I'm turning till my hand, my thumb is facing down. Now my thumb is facing up. Take it back, my thumb is facing down, can pass it, coming back. It's also really important here, if you can see, I'm a bit more in my knee, and when I'm here, it's really important to have your hand really in the back. You see, I'm quite far from my head as possible. And try to go slow at the beginning to not be overwhelmed by the number of rotations. Turn up, turn down, turn up, turn down. If you go slow and really take time to feel where are the point of transfer, the one above the head and the one on the back, it should not be too complicated to get it. And now, to make it a bit harder, I want you to be able to, from the pineapple, to go back into a backspin on one other side, going back there, and being in front spin again, then going back in. By doing so, you can really include now the sun not only as a technique, but you have another connector point and bring more dynamic into your spin here, and you can combine it with the figure of 8, and you can see now you start to have like a really nice flow spinning all around you without even needing to move. And I introduced the notion of movement because for the movement, the staff is turning around us. Yes, our chest is turning with it, but mainly we are static. And this will be the subject of the next video, and how we can bring movement also not only of the staff, but of ourselves. And to move with the staff all around and play with that and really feel like a ninja. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I always welcome any kind of feedback, like I said. If you want to go further also into that practice, you can check my Patreon or the next video on this playlist and the contact staff playlist as well. And I wish you to really enjoy your training. And I wish you a really good day.